About 40 people dead and 115 injured in fire at Swiss Alpine Bar during New Year's celebration. Dozens of people are presumed dead and about 100 people injured following a fire at a Swiss Alps bar during a New Year's celebration. About 40 people were killed and another 115 people injured, most of them seriously, after a fire ripped through a bar's New Year's celebration in a Swiss Alpine resort less than 2 hours after midnight Thursday last night. Authorities did not immediately have an exact count of the deceased. So, celebrating New Year's. And what does the Lord say? Let's get the scriptures. Right? Look, you celebrating these, you out here in that mirthfully celebratory spirit. How about Shem Yahushai is he's requiring souls, man. This is not a game, it's not a joke. Now, I'm gonna try to let me try this. Bear with me. Bear with me. It's the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 20. Let's go here. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 20. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. When who shall thou those things be which thou hast provided? We'll read up so you can understand what we're going through. Matter of fact, let's go get this scripture in the blue letter, right? Let's go there. This is the book of Luke. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai knows and cares. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12. In the meantime, when there were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch, this is Luke chapter 12, verse 1. In the meantime, when there were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they trod one upon another, he had begun to say unto his disciples, first of all, beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. And we're in a time of great, apostasy, hypocrisy agents, sellouts, right? So the Spirit has this coming out because of that. Luke chapter 12, verse 2, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed. You see that? Neither hid that shall not be known, right? Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. You hear that? And I say unto you, my friends, be not afraid of them that kill the body, and after that have no more that they can do. But I will forewarn you, whom ye shall fear him which after he hath killed hath power to cast in the hell. Yeah, I say unto you, fear him. Actually that's, we didn't need to read that much, but that is going into, the wickedness that, the Israelites, pervade on the earth. Let's see if there's pervade. Let's see if there's a let's see. That's why we're purveyor definition. Let me see this real quick. A person who sells or deals in particular goods. Well, we sold the wickedness of Esau's, fucking heart, his soul, his wicked ass dark spirit. A person or group that spreads or promotes an idea, view, etc. See, we pervade. Look at that. A purveyor of traditional Christian values. You see that? So yeah, we're caught up in the griminess of this fucking dirtbag ass demon, man. Where was we? Let's go back. Yeah, news break. So about 40 people dead and 115 injured in fire at Swiss Alpine Bar and Hotel, and I believe since they said Swiss Alps, Switzerland, yeah. And this is a place. Switzerland is a place where they actually got CERN, man. Matter of fact, we could look that up. They have a facility part of CERN. Let's go there. Where willingness is edifying in one person. Let's go to the chat real quick. Bam. CERN in Switzerland. How many major facilities does CERN have? CERN. Let's go to CERN. And this happened in Switzerland. Judgment. And this is judgment from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Searching for CERN site and facilities. Damn. Esau Edom probably took all this shit down. Let's see. Let me see something. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, we good. We're good there. Bam. CERN, European Organization for Nuclear Research. See, and this is enhanced. See, since Trump went into this Department of War instead of the Department of Defense, look, even CERN ramped up its operations. You can see it right here. CERN in Switzerland, because CERN was just a hydrogen collider, man. They was beating dark matter and they was beating particles in the dark matter, man. Opening portals, man. High levels of witchcraft and sorcery, right? This is rebelliousness to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, right? Let's go here. Let's go here. Keep reading. CERN operates a chain of particle accelerators and decelerators. You see that? You see? Let's highlight that. CERN, and this is in Switzerland. And so you see what happened, right? Judgment. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai brought judgment, right? So where they're beating these particles, opening portals, left hand magic, and there's dark arts, there's dark witchcraft. The Chaldeans, man, they was real heavy into witchcraft, man. And them are Edomites. That's that same spirit, that spirit of Cain, man. The first murderer, the first killer. This is that demon, that devil, right? And that's why the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, he's finna come get rid of y'all that vouch for this man. Y'all really vouch for this damn demon, man. Right? They're witches and warlocks, they're magicians. And then they're the ones bringing this sword on top of y'all. Right? Let's go here, man. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 29 real quick. Let's go there. Let's go to Proverbs 29. They ain't gonna help. Our people ain't gonna. Hey, that's why this is only for the elect. Because, 2/3 gotta go. They just ain't gonna learn. But Ezekiel chapter 3, Ezekiel chapter 33, I was telling you niggas, and y'all still don't listen. Still ain't gonna listen, man. Right? What it say? Proverbs chapter 29. He that being often reproved, hardeneth his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed. And there's Jason, Switzerland. Switzerland is like the hub for the RFID microchip, man. This technocracy, these technocratic freaks. This is their hub. You know? November, December, January, all these so-called holidays, this is the time of their fucking, this is the time of their, a lot of their rituals. Man, they're in these damn demons is into some heavy goddamn witchcraft, you know? And this is the time they're gonna do it, of course. Why? Why would this be their proverbial time? Why would this be the time? Because the Israelites are out in full force, chanting this devil's kingdom down, his wickedness, his wicked queendom, I should say. And this is a good scripture to go into that. This is a good chapter to go into that. Let's go into it. And we've been telling these false Israelites, 29, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. So even you other nations that got to serve 1,000 years in captivity, you're still gonna be more, you know, you're gonna have more joy than you do now under the iron rod of these, under the fucking hand of this devil, right? Esau, under his rulership, right? Let's keep reading. The book of Proverbs chapter 29. When the righteous are in authority and the Lord's bringing new ownership to the earth, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And Esau, he wants this shit. The Crans Montana Resort is best known as an international ski and golf venue, and overnight it's crowded. The Constellation Bar morphed from a scene of revelry into the site of one of Switzerland's worst tragedies, Constellation, right? The Constellation Bar, yeah. Celebrating this demonic holiday, this winter solstice. This shit is demonic. All kind of idolatry, Krampus, Baal, all kind of shit, man. Right? This is Edomite shit. You know. Keep reading. Valais Canton Police Commander Frederick Giesler said during a news conference that work is underway to identify the victims and inform their families, adding that the community is devastated. We don't need to see this. At no moment is there question of any kind of attack. I mean, yeah, it's an attack from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai for a lot of wicked people. And you know a lot of these people in Switzerland that died, they had microchips, man. I don't care what you say. They was in here. They got the technology in this bar. They was in this motherfucking bar with them goddamn devices. You can't say they wasn't. Let's keep reading. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And this is all wicked activity going on, right? And the wicked allows this. Gonna celebrate this wicked ass day. Just another sacrifice. A lot of shit was going on last night. A lot of gunshots. You know, a lot of death, and this is just more death, right? What does it say? 40 people dead, 115 injured, so 10, 9, 8. I don't even know if they made it to the countdown. Did the ball drop? Did the ball even drop? Right? They dropping the ball. Right? Who the elect? 29, Proverbs chapter 29, verse 3. This for the elect. Whoso loveth wisdom rejoiceth his father. But he that keepeth company with harlots, right? You know there's a bunch of harlots there, spendeth his substance. You know what was happening there. A lot of trafficking activity going on. But that's not to be said. We know who run the earth. Isaiah chapter 2 tells us who runs the damn goddamn earth, man. Right? Let's go there real quick. You don't know we'll hold that. I'll just go to Isaiah chapter 2. It's the next chapter over. It's like a couple pages over. And we'll start at the top. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 2 on the top. The word that Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, concerning the tribes, man, the 12 tribes. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain. See, so we're going to have the top government. Mountains and hills represents big governments, small governments, and shall be exalted above the hills. See, small governments, hills, and all nations shall flow into it. So everybody's going to come to the Israelites. 3, Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? To the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. You see, is the law going forth out of Israel right now? Hell no. And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Is the law going forth right now? No, they got the biggest gay parade right now, right? In Tel Aviv, right? Leviticus chapter 13 tells us about gay behavior, right? And then we keep reading, go to Isaiah chapter 2, verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords in the plowshares, right, in the agricultural tools, and their spears in the pruning hooks, right, tools to till the land, right? Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. You see that? So this goddamn devil is still in power, right? We know who this devil is, and that's why this type of shit keeps happening, as they celebrating these hellish holidays, right? So that land was stolen. Our land was stolen from us. We were scattered. We were deported, right? And these people, they're pretending to be us. So you just got to understand that that's why we are still in captivity until this day. That's why we are still going through these curses. Like, we're still going through curses. The Lord told us, man, there's not going to be no more war when we go back home. So you can't trust none of these goddamn devils. You trust the true men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And that's it. Ezekiel chapter 7. Let's go there. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7. You just seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. We'll get out of here. This is my last one. Ezekiel chapter 7. I just wanted to do a quick little lesson on judgment. We'll bring a couple more scriptures out on judgment. Maybe if a brother or something hears it, he could lay a couple scriptures on the comment board. Because we know all the judgment is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, assuming Isaiah, assuming Amos. We'll get a couple of them out. We'll bring a couple of them out. This is the book of Ezekiel, right? Chapter 7. And we're gonna start here. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 21. And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. My face will I turn also from them, and they shall. Let me go up, because the strangers is in there. Once they see the strangers, these niggas with no discernment, they can't determine whether it's an Israelite or rather it's a damn heathen. They just don't know. They pretend like they don't know. We'll start here. They had blown the trumpet. They had blown the trumpet even to make all ready. But this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 14. They had blown the trumpet, right? Hey man, look, prophecy. This is prophecy, all right? And it's going to start with us. And because of all the bullshit we put, and you know, things was written before time, before our learning these days. Anyway, the men of the Lord, they're out here. They're upon the four corners of the earth. Matter of fact, let's go up. The book of Ezekiel chapter 7 from the top. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, to the land of Israel an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. That's all four corners of the earth, four winds of the earth, man. Right? That's all over the earth. Right? All four winds. Right? Now let's just move all the way down. Right? We'll keep reading. The book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thy abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. About 40 people dead, 115 injured in fire at Swiss Alpine Bar during New Year's celebration, right? So the whole New Year come in with a bang, right? Wow, way more than that. I'm not even gonna go into it. We just reading scriptures. Just look at the news. There's more murder out here, more mayhem, more judgments, sin, evil, sin judgments, right? Shalat Rayam, Mashapat Yam. Right? Baba Gusha. Please, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh send evil and judgments upon these people, man. We're not praying for y'all. Right? You have your father the devil. Let's go there. Let's go. Let's keep it right here. Ezekiel chapter 7. But I gotta go to the book of John chapter 8. We gotta go to the book of John chapter 8. Yeah, you see the judgment, New Year's celebrations. Yeah, and this was going, you YNs and you YBs, y'all was murdering each other last night. You know y'all was. Y'all loving it. Y'all was, who can kill, y'all was having who can kill them, who can have them, who can accumulate the most bodies. Who can get the most bodies last night with the YNs? Because I heard the gunshots. Believe that. This is the book of St. John. This is the book of St. John, chapter 8. This is the book of St. John, chapter 8, and we're going to start here. And you know, this is how they feel about the prophets, the men, the teachers, the seers, the watchers, or Yahweh about some outside. That's how they feel. Proverbs. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8. I mean, it's not Proverbs. The book of John, St. John, chapter 8. Book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 40. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth, which I have heard of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. This did not Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication, we have one Father, even the Most High. Yahweh said it to them, if Yahweh Bashem Yahushua were your father, ye would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. 43. Why do ye not understand my speech? Because the Lord rejected y'all. You reprobate silver. Y'all been rejected from knowledge. All you false prophets and your followers who are going to die with you. The blind follow the blind. They all shall fall into a ditch. Right? They just do it. They do it to be seen, man. Right? What does it say in Matthew chapter 6? Pray in secret. And the Father will reward you in secret. But these niggas want to be seen by the whole world, pretending to be prayer warriors or some bullshit. Lying to everybody. Saying everybody could be saved. The Lord's only coming to his people, man. That's what his name means, Yahweh Shai. Now y'all gave up the name. This is the book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 42. Yahweh Shai said unto them, if Yahweh Bashem Yahushua were your father, ye would love me. For I proceeded forth and came from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, neither came I of myself, but he sent me. Why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. See, y'all been blocked out. 44. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, that spirit of Cain, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of lies, and he gave y'all niggas the bag. That's who gave y'all niggas the bag. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. Now is the end, verse 3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thy abominations, and my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. You see that? And it's judgment. The Lord don't know these people, but how much more these people? But think about, the Lord said, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. Let's go there. And we'll come back. Let's go to 1 Peter. All right? Let's go back to 1 Peter. Hold up. You brothers know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Shalakia. Bear with me in Israel. Right. Okay. You want 1 Peter. Brothers know. About 40 people dead and 115 injured in a New Year's Eve party. And this is like, this happened. This was going on all over the earth last night. Y'all celebrating that wicked holiday. Let me make sure this is it. Yeah, this is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 4, verse 17, and it reads, "For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua." That's the Israelites. Ezekiel chapter 9. All right. And the Lord's he's judging Israel right now, man. So heavy judgment's going out, especially all the false prophets. Y'all got so many followers. Man, the so-called truthers got so many followers, and people come against the true gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You have people that know the true gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, ISUPK, for instance, and take advantage of the gospel for for monetary gain. Basically lying, or they don't understand what they're a part of. Something's going on in this earth, and that's a hell of a spirit to be in right now at the end, right? You got New Year's celebration. Look, who are these goddamn people, right? In Switzerland. Half of them had microchips in their hand. They had microchips in their brain, because that's where it's heavy. That's where witchcraft is heavy right now. That's where a lot of their summits, their Dubai, Switzerland, a lot of their meetings, their gatherings. They get together, they do dark magic, rituals, dance. They're all wicked. Look at that CERN project, right? You could take a look at that. This is the book of 1 Peter. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua?" See that? "And if the righteous scarcely be saved," you see that? The righteous scarcely is going to be saved. "Where shall the ungodly and the sinners appear? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai commit the keeping of their souls to him and well doing, as unto the faithful Creator. This judgment's going to be going out even more and more and more and more and more heavy, man. And rightfully so. The book of Ezekiel chapter 7. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 4. And mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come, the end is come. It watches for thee, behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwelleth in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee. The Lord is going to judge everybody, and I will judge thee according to thy ways. You're going to be judged according to your wickedness, your righteousness. And the Lord, remember, he can keep you burning up in that fire. He can keep you there in that fire. Man. And I seen a video when a nigga burned up in a Tesla, and that fire was on his ass, and that nigga kept screaming. I don't know why he was screaming so long, but I know it was hellish degrees up in there. But the Lord kept that spirit in that body, kept him alive, kept him feeling that pain, that burn, right? That righteous judgment, that righteous indignation of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. The book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 9, and my eyes shall not spare. Go up to 8. Now will I surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee. And I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thy abominations. And my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth, that kill. Behold, the day, behold, it is come. The morning is gone forth. The rod hath blossomed. Pride, the rod. Esau is that rod of destruction, man. The Lord is using to put judgment on our motherfucking ass, right? And the right hand, man, is Yahweh Shai. And the Lord's going to use him to finish us. Pride hath budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be welling for them. So ain't going to be nobody left to even mourn you, or your children, or your kids, no aunties, no uncles, nothing. You know, this is just the beginning. Just saying. Hey, this is the year of rebelliousness. This is the year of apostasy. This is the year of rebels. This is the year of sellouts. And they call it 2026, but we know this is not the new year. The new year ain't till the spring, late March, early April. The scriptures prove it. But this is y'all's new year, Esau. I mean, you Gregorian calendar, right? I call y'all that just for fun. Inside joke. And it came in with a bang. Shalom.